Former Parliamentary Speaker Peter Slipper will get an official portrait painted despite resigning from the position in disgrace. It follows the century-old tradition for speakers to be immortalised.
Now, Mr Slipper held the position for under 12 months, but that artwork will cost taxpayers more than $30,000. So, to discuss our hot topics this morning, we're joined by Chris Smith from 2GB Radio in Sydney, and welcome to Loretta Ryan from 4BC in Brisbane. Welcome to Sunrise, Loretta. Let's start with you though, Chris. Does Mr Slipper deserve to have an official portrait when we think about the text messages and everything resigning in disgrace?
Well, this might sound a little bit twisted, but I think I'd vote yes. And the bigger the portrait, I think, the better. And let it be a lesson for every minority government who cling to power and are prepared to do just about anything to cling to power, that you don't go and look at the opposition ranks to find a rebel who'll turn for fame and fancy robes, because down the track it'll bite you on the bottom, which it's done. Now, if I've got a picture of Mark Latham, sure, we can have a picture of Peter Slipper.
Wow, Loretta, what do you think? And are you happy to pick up the bill?
No, I'm not happy to pick up the bill, and I'm sure a lot of taxpayers, all of them, aren't happy. They'd rather the money be spent somewhere else. And I think he had a privileged position as Speaker of the House. He's abused that privilege, and I think the privilege of a taxpayer-funded portrait should be taken away from him. If he wants a portrait, he should go and do it himself.
Chris, I'm interested on your thoughts as well by saying yes. I mean, effectively, you're trying to say that this is a good way for us to say to governments in charge, or what are you saying, like rub their noses in it, you can't do this kind of stuff. Shouldn't they pay for it then?
Yeah, maybe we could allow the ALP to pay for it. I don't mind that idea. I think it's a good idea. But, you know, there have been disasters in politics. And if you look around the corridors of Parliament House, we've got opposition leaders who are best left aside and not even thought about again. But the Peter Slipper thing, I think, is a lesson about Australian politics. We don't wipe it out, we remember it, and we ensure that future governments, minority governments in particular, who want to cling to power at any cost, can think very carefully about who they choose to become Speaker.
Maybe dangle a little Sharpie from a cord like they do with the pen at the bank. We may not agree on Peter Slipper. Let's see what we think about Hugh Jackman being touted as the new face of Australian tourism.